Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Solidity Basics. In this video, we'll talk about the visibility of state variables and functions. So we can specify the accessibility of contracts, functions, and state variables by using the four keywords public, private, internal, and external. Public basically means any contract or account can call the function. Private means only the functions from within the same contract can call that function. Internal means only the functions from the same contract or the child contract can call the function. And external means that the function can only be called by other contracts and accounts. All of this goes with the state variable, just that state variables cannot be external. So in our example code, we have a private function. So private keyword is there to make it private, and we can only call it from within the base contract. Then we have an internal function with the keyword internal. We can call it from within the base contract or any contract that inherits the base contract. Then we have a public function. Any account or any contract can call this function. And then we have an external function, which means any contract or account other than this contract can call this function. Same thing goes for the state variables, just that we cannot have an external state variable. We inherit the base contract in a child contract to test the internal function. Let's check all of this out on the remix ID. So we have a smart contract ready. We'll compile it and then we'll deploy it. We'll deploy the base contract and the child contract. So with the base contract, we'll test the private function. So we see that we are able to call the private function from within the base contract. Then we test the internal function. So we see that we are able to call the internal function from within the base contract, and we'll also be able to call it from the child contract. Yeah, so we are able to call it from the child contract as well. And then we'll call the public function. This can easily be called from any contract, and an external function which can only be called from an external account. We have the public variable titled public var, so we can access it here and in the child contract as well. The private variable isn't accessible neither in the base contract nor in the child contract. The internal variable, we cannot access it publicly because it's an internal variable, but this should be accessible via the child contract. So I have written this additional function where we should be able to access the internal variable from within the child contract and then get its value. So we'll call this function get internal variable, and we are able to get the value of it, my internal variable. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.